Taurus, why are you faking it? I have the Page of Cups in reverse as the card that I'm looking at right now, and that's just telling me somebody who's being inauthentic or unauthentic, disingenuine, that's the right word. Let me pull some oracle cards and see why we're being So we have the Brain and the number 8. This tells me there's strategy, planning, and it's because we're trying to protect what we have, okay? On the bottom of the deck, I have the Cat, which makes a lot of sense to go along with all this because the Cat is all about being careful, being cautious, taking your time. And why? Because we're strategizing, protecting what it is that we have. Let me dig a couple more cards. I'm still a little bit curious. So just a couple more cards down, the story continues. We have Jupiter, the House, and Honey. So there's a lot of investment we have in our current situation, in our lives, perhaps even in property itself with the House here. A lot of investment that we want to keep. And that is tied to the reason why we're not being completely upfront with everything. We're being very protective and cautious, and we're being strategists. Let's keep going on, pick all these up and unfold what else we got in terms of tarot card. So these 4 cards are telling me more about your current situation, what you guys are doing, and the reason behind why you have been such a strategist and planner, and that is more taking up your, is more the front that you're putting forward rather than being authentic. And it's because you are trying to fulfill some sort of tradition, you are trying to fulfill some sort of role here that requires, that has to do with family, potentially your home, potentially just all these investments that we were talking about here. And the Knight of Pentacles is also being practical. You're being practical regarding all this role that you are required to fulfill that is a traditional role that's tied to these things that you want to keep. If the cards have any advice for. So the card I specifically want to look at right now is the 4 of Swords. That is the reason why. So it's almost like we're procrastinating on flipping the Page of Cups right side up. We're procrastinating on being truly upfront about something. And it's because we're trying to fulfill this particular role right now in this present moment. So we're taking a time out on authenticity. Let's see if we can get any more information on that 4 of Swords for that reason. Interesting. So what I'm actually getting from the 4 of Swords is not what I expected. What I'm getting is distractions, where you're kind of put in the limelight of a situation, probably the same situation with the Hierophant and the 10 of Cups here, whatever that is. It's putting you in the limelight. There's also a monetary investment involved here. And you just have to handle it before you can move on to the next thing. Let's pull advice. Okay, so I have some cards on the board here for advice, but the card I really want to look at first is the card that's on the bottom of the deck, which is the 10 of Swords. It is really the warning behind this advice. You have to make a choice. 2 of Wands, okay? Something bad will happen if you don't make a choice, and if you, now looking at the Page of Cups right side up here, if you aren't totally upfront with everything or whatever it is that you're not being upfront about in specific. You have to make this choice or something bad will come of it. And you can integrate being authentic with the Knight of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. It just requires potentially ingenuity, creativity, and just having that conversation, being honest. It can be done. You can be both practical and also you can have your cake and eat it too, basically. You can be practical and authentic at the same time here. But there is a warning, and and the advice here is to be that, to be both. And if you aren't, a problem could arise in the. All right, Tauruses, that's going to be your reading. I hope I wasn't too much of a doomsdayer there, but I hope this reading helps you guys out and it resonates. If it did, give me a like for the video. That helps me out a lot. And don't forget to follow the channel. I will see you all another time. Take care.